let you tell me a little about yourself. Let's talk about when you left the farm and went off to the military and went off to school, and how you came back to the farm. Let's hear a little bit of your life story, how you got off the farm and how you came back.
Well, I finished Livingstone College. Well, first I finished Price High School in 1936. And in 1936, I entered, the fall of 1936, I entered Livingston College. I finished Livingston College with a BS degree. And
did your other siblings go to college, by the way?
oh yes, all of my sisters and brothers, I might tell you, attended college. All did not graduate from college, but they attended college.
That's impressive.
All. I have to think back all those that finished, but perhaps over half of them finished college.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for interrupting. Go ahead.
Well, anyway, when I graduated from college, in the fall, well, I graduated in May of 1940 from Livingston College. In the fall of 1940, I was given the assignment as principal and teacher of the summer siding school that existed at the end of the airport. It was a two-room, two-teacher school. And I was made principal of that school under S.G. Hasty. And I worked there for a year and started on the second term, and I received a card saying greetings. I entered World War II as a private in February of 1942. I stayed, at least I received my basic training, and I was interviewed, and the military personnel asked me, said, well, perhaps, what do you think that you would like to do in the Army? And so I said, well, I've always wanted to be a technical sergeant in the Army of the United States. So next week, I received an assignment sending me to OCS, Officers Candidate School, at Camp Davis, North Carolina, to be a commissioned officer. I entered the class, the anti-aircraft school, and that was the first school that included black soldiers to receive training in the anti-aircraft, the anti-aircraft Corps of the United States Army.
Wow.
I graduated as second lieutenant, and my assignment, I traveled to several places. In other words, I ended up going to Okinawa. And while on Okinawa, President Truman ordered that the atomic bomb to be dropped on Hiroshima and what's the other, Hiroshima.
Nagasaki.
And Nagasaki. Ordered 2 bombs to be dropped. And of course, immediately, the United States declared that the fighting was over, and readily I had the opportunity of coming home. So I was out of the Army and everything, but I continued my training in the reserves, Army Reserves, and I ended up. Now my current rank now is major. I'm a major in the U.S. Reserve Forces. At that moment, after I graduated from at least upon relief from the Army, I decided that I wanted to further my education since I had GI benefits. I decided I wanted to exercise those benefits. So I went to A&T College and got a degree, received a degree in agriculture. So I thought that would put me closer to my interest in agriculture. I finished A&T with the agriculture degree in 1948. So I still had GI time. So I said, well, I just go on and get my master's degree. So I chose to go to Iowa State, and they readily accepted me. So I received a degree, agronomy degree, and also agriculture education degree from Iowa State.
Now, do I remember, was George Washington Carver a student or a professor at Iowa State?
Yeah, oh, yeah, yes.
He was a preeminent.
Oh, I'd like to show you some artifacts.
Okay.
Oh, I'd like to show you some artifacts that I have of Carver. And I might tell you that when I graduated from Iowa State, I met the president of Tuskegee Institute in Tuskegee, Alabama.
Sure.
In the U.S. Department, he was often in and out of the U.S. Department of Agriculture. So somehow or another, I had the opportunity of meeting the president. So he asked me, he said, Ezra, you said, I have an agronomy vacancy at Tuskegee. You think you'd like to work with us? I told him, I first said yes, but then I took second thought. Bull O'Connor was seeking dogs on blacks in Birmingham, and my folks up here, man, they said you come out of Alabama. They thought I was was catching hell down there.
So you actually did go down there for a while.
Oh yes. So I decided to go. I worked down there. I worked at Tuskegee 3 years in the agronomy department.
Wow.
And I enjoyed the opportunity to do it. I mean, I had no trouble at all. It was a very nice experience all the way around. So while the things that were going on were pretty bad, in Alabama, and
sure.
You can read the history of it. I know you don't know much about it, but.
We know a little bit.
You know a little bit.
Not proud of it.
Yeah,
but I know a little bit of it.
But anyway, my folks wanted me to come back this way. They thought said, little man, I should have no parts of Alabama. And at the same time, became a vacancy, ag vacancy here at Dunbar, ag teacher.
Wow.
And Lord, they sent letters down there to us and said there's a vacancy here. So I resigned from the staff. And came back here as an ag teacher at Dunbar High School. Worked in the ag department 3 years, and the principal resigned. Not resigned. He retired. I put it that way. He resigned. So I didn't seek it. I was asked when I assumed that role as principal of school. So I served as principal at Dunbar High School for 8 years.
Wow.
8 years.